Have you ever wondered how to maintain a fulfilling and healthy sexual life as you age? In this video, we'll delve into the surprising benefits of self-pleasure for both men and women, including reducing the risk of prostate cancer, alleviating menstrual cramps, and managing stress. You'll also learn how to debunk common myths and embrace your sexuality to enhance your overall well-being. Stay with us until the end to discover practical tips and insights that can transform your approach to intimacy and health in your golden years. And if you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. But if you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. Let's take a moment to dive into an issue that is often overlooked, yet profoundly important for both men and women as we age. The challenges we face in maintaining intimacy and fulfilling sexual life. It's something many of us experience, but we tend to avoid discussing it openly. In our society, there's this pervasive myth that as we get older, sexual desire inevitably fades away, almost as if passion has an expiration date. But is that the truth? In reality, the decrease in desire isn't as inevitable as we might believe. It's not that our need for intimacy or pleasure vanishes with age. Instead, our bodies change, our minds evolve, and we are invited to adapt. The way we approach our pleasure needs to evolve with us. It's about finding new paths to connection both with others and with ourselves. Now here's where something incredibly powerful comes into play: self-pleasure. Unfortunately, this topic is still often shrouded in taboo and misunderstanding, which only serves to make people feel more isolated in their experiences. But let me tell you, self-pleasure is not something shameful or forbidden. On the contrary, it is one of the most natural and empowering ways to maintain a strong connection with our bodies. As we grow older, it becomes an even more vital tool in preserving our physical and emotional well-being. It's more than just a source of pleasure. It's a form of self-care, a way to honor our bodies, and an opportunity to nurture our mental health. Let's break this down a little further. As we age, our needs change, there's no denying that. Our hormones fluctuate, our energy levels may shift, and the way we experience intimacy might evolve. For some, physical limitations might come into play, while others might face emotional barriers after years of stress or life challenges. But this doesn't mean that the door to sexual fulfillment is closed. Far from it. So what it means is that we must learn to approach our bodies with a renewed sense of compassion, patience, and curiosity. We need to open our minds to the idea that pleasure, in whatever form it takes, is an essential part of our overall health, one that should be cherished and embraced, rather than dismissed. Now let's talk about some of the concrete benefits self-pleasure can bring, especially as we age. For men, this act of self-care has some incredible health benefits that should not be overlooked. One of the most compelling findings from recent studies is the link between frequent ejaculation and a reduced risk of prostate cancer. Just think about that for a moment. Something as natural as ejaculation, whether through intimacy with a partner or self-pleasure, can play a crucial role in reducing the risk of a serious disease. Some studies have shown that men over the age of 40 who ejaculate regularly can lower their risk of developing prostate cancer by as much as 30%. That's a staggering statistic. This kind of knowledge could empower so many men to take control of their health in a simple, effective way. It's not just about pleasure anymore. It's about protecting your future. And that's a responsibility we owe to ourselves. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. The importance of self-pleasure isn't limited to men, though. Women also stand to gain significant physical benefits from embracing this form of self-care. As we age, many women may still experience menstrual cramps, or perhaps even new types of discomfort, particularly related to pelvic congestion. When women don't experience regular orgasms, the blood flow in the pelvic region can decrease, which may lead to a sensation of heaviness or even pain. Self-pleasure can help to stimulate blood flow in this vital area, alleviating discomfort and preventing these issues from becoming chronic. And beyond the physical relief, there's something profoundly important about staying in touch with one's own body as it changes. Through self-pleasure, women can maintain that connection, nurturing their sense of sensuality and ensuring that they remain tuned into their needs. This brings me to an even broader point, the emotional and psychological impact of self-pleasure. As we move through the different stages of life, it can sometimes feel as though we're losing touch with certain aspects of ourselves, whether it's because of societal expectations, health issues, or simply the rush of life's responsibilities. We often start to neglect our own needs for affection, intimacy, and even personal joy. But through self-pleasure, we can rediscover that part of ourselves. It's a reminder that, no matter our age, we are still sensual, vibrant beings capable of experiencing pleasure. We deserve to feel that connection to our bodies. It's an act of self-love, one that nurtures not just our physical health, but also our emotional well-being. For so many of us, this conversation is about reclaiming something that might have been lost along the way. Maybe it's the confidence in our bodies, or perhaps it's the ability to communicate what we want and need, both to ourselves and to others. Self-pleasure offers a space for that, a private moment of connection where there is no judgment, only acceptance. It's about recognizing that we are still worthy of experiencing pleasure, caring for ourselves, and embracing the changes that come with age, rather than fearing them. It's about rewriting the narrative that says aging means letting go of joy, and instead, embracing a narrative that says aging is about deepening our understanding of joy in all its forms. Let me also point out that this isn't just about sexual health in isolation. Our relationship with pleasure is interconnected with every other aspect of our lives. When we feel good about our bodies, when we maintain that connection to what brings us joy, it impacts our mental clarity, our emotional balance, and even our relationships with others. By nurturing ourselves through self-pleasure, we are, in a sense, healing more than just our physical bodies. We are healing our minds and souls, reminding ourselves that life, at any age, can still be filled with beauty and delight. It's about more than just the physical act. It's about self-compassion and self-discovery, embracing who we are now and celebrating it without reservation. At the end of the day, whether you're a man concerned about your prostate health, a woman seeking relief from physical discomfort, or simply someone who wants to stay connected to the joy of living in your own body, self-pleasure is a powerful tool. It's not something to be brushed aside or seen as secondary. It's an act of self-empowerment and declaration that your health and happiness matter. Aging is not the end of pleasure, it's the beginning of a new way to experience and appreciate it, with all the wisdom and depth that comes from a life well lived. So, let's start to have these conversations openly and honestly. Let's break down the taboos and embrace the truth that self-pleasure, at any age, is not just about desire, it's about wellness, about self-love, and about permitting ourselves to continue seeking joy and connection throughout our lives. Age is not a barrier to pleasure, it's an invitation to explore it in new, exciting ways. And isn't that something worth celebrating? In addition to the benefits already mentioned, there's another compelling reason for both men and women to embrace self-pleasure as they age: its ability to provide relief from something many of us are all too familiar with: headaches. How often have we found ourselves reaching for painkillers to alleviate that throbbing, persistent pain? Yet, there's an often overlooked natural remedy right within our reach. Orgasms release a surge of endorphins, the body's powerful painkillers. These endorphins work to alleviate pain, sometimes more effectively than over-the-counter medications. So instead of automatically grabbing a pill, why not consider self-pleasure as a healthier, more satisfying alternative to soothe those annoying headaches? It's an option that not only addresses the pain, but also leaves you feeling more relaxed and connected to your body. But the benefits don't stop there. Self-pleasure has also been scientifically proven to reduce stress, a fact that carries immense weight in today's fast-paced world. Stress has become such a constant companion in our lives, especially as we juggle responsibilities, careers, family, and everything in between. We live in a society that demands more from us every day, and the accumulated stress can be devastating to our mental and physical health. It creeps into our relationships, disrupts our peace of mind, and even affects our sleep. But here's where self-pleasure can serve as an unexpected savior. During orgasm, the brain releases dopamine and serotonin, the feel-good chemicals that not only elevate our mood, but also help regulate and balance our emotions. It's like hitting a reset button for our nervous system. This is especially crucial as we grow older, when mental and emotional well-being becomes key to living a fulfilling, joyful life. We can't afford to let stress take the reins of our happiness, and self-pleasure offers a simple, natural, and deeply personal way to keep it in check. So think about the sheer power of this, a moment of pleasure. A few minutes of personal intimacy can have a profound impact on how we navigate the stresses of daily life. It's not just about the physical release, it's about the emotional release as well. When we feel good in our skin, when we permit ourselves to experience joy, we carry that sense of peace into everything else we do. Stress, anxiety, frustration, they begin to lose their grip on us. Instead of feeling like we're constantly on edge, we start to regain control, to feel more balanced and centered. And that's the kind of impact self-pleasure can have. And it's something we should all embrace without shame or hesitation. And speaking of balance, let's talk about something so many people struggle with as they age: insomnia. The inability to fall asleep or stay asleep can feel like torture, robbing us of the rest our bodies so desperately need. Sleep is essential for healing, energy, for overall well-being. Yet, as we grow older, it becomes more elusive for many of us. Here's where self-pleasure steps in as an unexpected ollie. After an orgasm, the body releases prolactin, a hormone that induces relaxation and helps to regulate sleep. Prolactin is responsible for that post-orgasmic feeling of calm and drowsiness, making it easier to drift off into a restful sleep. For those who suffer from insomnia, this can be a natural, side effect-free solution to one of life's most frustrating problems. Rather than relying on sleep aids or struggling through restless nights, why not explore the simple, intimate act of self-pleasure as a way to gently coax the body into sleep? It's a remedy that doesn't require a prescription, just a willingness to prioritize your well-being. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment below to let me know that you are still here with me. Imagine the ripple effects of these benefits. By engaging in self-pleasure, you're not only nurturing your sexual health, but also addressing headaches, stress, and insomnia, all through a natural, empowering process. It's about taking control of your health and happiness in a way that's deeply personal and, most importantly, effective. And yet, so many of us hesitate to talk about it, to embrace it openly. Why? Because of the lingering taboos and shame that surround the topic. But as we grow older, isn't it time to let go of those outdated ideas? Isn't it time to focus on what matters: our health, our happiness, and our ability to enjoy life to its fullest? The truth is that self-pleasure isn't just a physical act. It's an act of self-love, an acknowledgement that you are worthy of feeling good, of taking care of yourself in all the ways that matter. It's a way of telling yourself that your pleasure, your comfort, and your peace of mind are worth prioritizing, no matter your age. We spend so much of our lives taking care of others, our families, our jobs, our communities, but who takes care of us? In moments of self-pleasure, we reclaim that care for ourselves. It's a gift we give ourselves, one that offers benefits far beyond the bedroom. It's about healing, renewal, and most of all, joy. So whether you're dealing with chronic headaches, daily stress, or the frustrations of sleepless nights, consider self-pleasure as a tool in your wellness toolkit. It's not something to be ashamed of, it's something to embrace. Your body, your mind, and your spirit will thank you. In this fast-paced world, where so much is demanded of us, taking time for yourself, to reconnect with your body and find peace, is one of the most powerful things you can do. And as we age, that sense of peace becomes even more precious, even more essential to living a vibrant, fulfilling life. Don't deny yourself that. Instead, embrace it fully. Because at the end of the day, self-pleasure is not just about pleasure, it's about self-care, self-respect, and living a life filled with love, both for yourself and for the world around you. On the other hand, it's equally important to clear up some common misconceptions surrounding self-pleasure myths that have caused unnecessary worry and confusion for many people, particularly men. One of the most persistent and widespread myths is the belief that self-pleasure reduces testosterone levels. This idea has been circulating for years, leading some men to fear that engaging in self-pleasure could somehow diminish their masculinity or weaken their virility. Let's set the record straight. This is simply not true. Self-pleasure does not decrease testosterone levels. In fact, It can help regulate those levels and contribute to maintaining a healthy, active sexual life. So, men, there's no need to fear that this practice will negatively impact your strength or sexual health. On the contrary, embracing it can be a key part of taking care of your overall well-being and vitality. Self-pleasure is not just about the body, it's also about the mind and soul. This is often overlooked, but it's crucial to acknowledge the emotional and psychological benefits that come from this simple yet powerful act. And when we engage in self-pleasure, it's not only a moment of physical release, but also an act of self-exploration and intimacy with ourselves. It's an opportunity to connect with our bodies, to remind ourselves that we are still capable of experiencing pleasure, and that our bodies are still sources of joy, no matter our age or life stage. This can have a profound impact on our mood and emotional well-being. Taking the time to connect with your body sends a powerful message to your brain. My body still matters. It is still capable of providing me with pleasure and happiness. That message alone can be transformative, especially for those who may feel disconnected from their sense of vitality. For many older individuals, self-pleasure plays a significant role in reducing anxiety and depression, two struggles that can become more pronounced as we age. Studies and personal reports alike have shown that those who regularly practice self-pleasure tend to experience greater satisfaction with their sexual lives, and by extension, their overall quality of life. It's not just about filling a gap when a partner is unavailable, it's about nurturing your relationship with yourself and recognizing that your sexual health is an important part of your overall well-being. This is particularly important for those who may not have a partner. Just because someone is single doesn't mean they should feel disconnected from their own body or their ability to experience pleasure. Self-pleasure can be an empowering way to remain in tune with your body's needs, desires, and rhythms. Of course, as with any behavior, balance is key. It's natural to wonder whether self-pleasure can become problematic if practiced too frequently, and that's a valid concern. Like anything else in life, it's important to approach it with a sense of moderation and awareness. Self-pleasure, when it becomes an obsession or compulsive behavior, can start to have negative effects. But the key here is balance, not avoidance. The goal is to maintain a healthy relationship with your body and your pleasure, understanding that self-pleasure is a natural way to care for both your physical and emotional health. It's about finding a rhythm that works for you, that helps you feel good, relax, and stay connected to yourself. If self-pleasure helps you manage stress, feel more relaxed, and deepen your understanding of your body, then it's a practice that should be embraced, not rejected. It's a personal, private way of taking care of yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that. We live in a world that often makes us feel ashamed or embarrassed about our sexuality. But in reality, there is no shame in taking care of yourself, whether it's through physical exercise, meditation, or self-pleasure. All of these practices contribute to our overall well-being, and it's time we start recognizing self-pleasure as a legitimate, healthy way to nurture ourselves both physically and emotionally. At the end of the day, self-pleasure is about more than just physical release. It's about empowerment, self-care, and embracing the joy that your body is capable of giving you, even as you age. It's about saying, I am still worthy of pleasure. I am still deserving of joy. And that is a message we all deserve to hear, whether it comes from a partner or, most importantly, from within ourselves. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. I want to take a moment to highlight something incredibly important for those who may not have a partner. You do not need to be in an intimate relationship to keep your sexuality alive. This is a message that often gets lost in the narrative about aging and intimacy. The beauty of self-pleasure is that it reminds us we are fully capable of enjoying our bodies, even when we are alone. There is absolutely nothing wrong with this. In fact, it is a deeply empowering and nourishing practice. It allows us to stay connected to our sense of pleasure, reinforcing the truth that our bodies are still sources of joy, comfort, and well-being, no matter our circumstances. Self-pleasure is not just a substitute for partnered intimacy. It's a meaningful experience in its own right. To everyone listening, it's so important to remember that our sexuality is a vital part of who we are, our identity, our health, our overall sense of self. It shouldn't be something we consider as fading away or becoming irrelevant as we get older. Aging does not mean we have to close the chapter on sexual pleasure or intimacy, especially with ourselves. Self-pleasure can be a powerful tool to keep us healthy, not just physically, but emotionally as well. If think about it, self-pleasure helps us address health risks that we often overlook, such as pelvic congestion, prostate cancer, headaches, and even insomnia. These are not small issues that can have a real impact on our quality of life. By simply engaging in this natural and enjoyable practice, we are actively reducing our risk of these health problems. Beyond the physical benefits, self-pleasure is a wonderful way to reduce stress, something we all experience in varying degrees, especially as we navigate the demands of daily life. Stress doesn't go away with age, it sometimes increases, and finding healthy ways to release that tension is crucial. I invite you to explore this practice without guilt, without shame, and with a sense of openness. We have been conditioned to think of self-pleasure as something to be hidden or avoided, but it's time to shed those outdated ideas. There's nothing shameful about taking care of yourself in such an intimate and personal way. It is an act of self-love, and that, my dear friends, is one of the most powerful things we can offer ourselves. With the wisdom that comes with age, we understand more deeply how important it is to care for both our bodies and our minds. And let me tell you, that care has no age limit. So don't hesitate to prioritize your well-being. Self-pleasure is a healthy, beautiful way to connect with yourself, enjoy your body, and embrace the joy of being alive, no matter your age. It's about celebrating your body and your health, and that celebration is a lifelong practice. As we come to the end of this important discussion, I want to take a moment to reflect on everything we've covered. We've talked about the power of self-pleasure, not just as a source of physical health, but also as a tool for emotional well-being, especially as we age. From debunking myths to exploring the numerous benefits, reducing stress, alleviating headaches, promoting better sleep, and even reducing the risk of prostate cancer, it's clear that self-care in this way is an act of self-love. Our sexuality, our connection with our bodies, is something to be embraced, not hidden away, and certainly not something that fades with age. So, now I want to ask you, what have you learned so far? Take a moment to think about one thing that stood out to you in this video. What is one thing you will bring into practice in your own life? Whether it's changing your perspective on self-pleasure, prioritizing your mental well-being, or simply being kinder to yourself, I encourage you to share your thoughts below. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave your comment below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Your support means everything. And by engaging with us, you're helping to spread these important messages far and wide. Thank you for watching.